Hey everybody, this video brings us out to Bowman, South Carolina. And the reason why we are in Bowman, South Carolina today is for a somewhat somber reason, not for a very happy reason, unfortunately. So a couple of months ago, back in December, I had the honor, the privilege of visiting one of the most amazing DIY roadside attractions that has ever existed. This place was awesome. It was really, really cool. And I knew I had to get out here and see this because it was, the building of it began in 1994. It was finished by 1996. So it's been up since 96. And again, it was DIY. It had seen some better days. South Carolina does tend to get some pretty nasty storms that come through due to hurricanes and things like that. And again, the structure, the amazing roadside attraction had seen some better days. It was leaning very precariously to one side, being held up by some cables, but I knew I had to get out here. I knew I had to see this, and I knew I had to risk my own life and climb all the way to the top. And what I'm talking about is the UFO Welcome Center that was once here in Bowman, South Carolina. Unfortunately, as of a couple of days ago, the UFO Welcome Center burnt to the ground. I was very, very saddened to hear this. And looking at it right now, this is pretty depressing. This is all that's left of the Bowman, South Carolina UFO Welcome Center. Just a couple of months ago, 5 months ago, I was standing out here looking at this massive structure, this landing pad with this giant UFO on top of it. The story goes that the creator, Jody, built a landing pad. And after the landing pad was built and finished, then the UFO came and landed on the landing pad. Although with that being said, Jody he used to gladly tell you how he built the actual UFO and everything, but it's just all that's left. Just to think that only a couple of months ago, like I said, I was out here looking at this gigantic, amazing, massive structure, and I climbed all the way to the top of it. And now all that's left is a heap of burning, rubble that at one point was burning. That is very, very sad. It's a tragedy. This was one of the coolest roadside attractions to ever exist. And now it's a pile of ash. All right, so I'm here with the actual creator, Jody. So you were here, you said sleep. Gotta look good for the ladies, right? So you said you were in your trailer, which unfortunately also caught fire and burnt down. But you said you were in there. Were you sleeping at the time when the fire started?
I actually tell you the truth, I was looking at TV
at
that time, and I kept hearing all this little cracking outside, like hail was falling or something. I thought it was just a storm, no big deal. Until my councilman gave me a call to tell me it was on fire.
Oh, geez.
But I just looked outside, and there it was, a big old flame.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I say, I'll get in my car, go dial 911. Yeah, right. That fire truck didn't get here for so many hours.
It took a while to get here?
At least, they claimed they were here in 5 minutes, but I think it was more like 25 minutes.
Well, at least you got out. At least you were safe. I mean, had the councilman not texted you, I mean,
I might have stayed right there and burned right up.
By the time you knew what was happening, what was going on, it may have been too late.
Yeah, so I thought it was just that hailstorm, but there was no storm.
Ugh.
Yeah. But anyway, you see it behind me.
So 30 years this was here.
You got to turn it around.
Yeah, 30 years. Because you started building in 1994, right?
Around October the 7th. It was the last day you can walk into
that's my birthday, by the way.
The mayor's office and apply for an application to become mayor. So I asked for an application to become mayor, and also while you're at it, let me have a building permit.
Okay. And
the lady says, "What you building?" I said, "Well, I don't really know, but it's going." Maybe a Christmas float, okay? So this has been a Christmas float ever since.
The UFO Welcome Center was a Christmas float.
Yeah, because
most people don't know that, I don't think.
Actually, I had a trailer, and I put it on the ground, and I put some bricks inside it, so I know how far tall I can make it. And I started making my UFO there, so I could move it.
Okay.
However, the posts I was using was 22 feet high, and the electric line is at 18 feet.
Oh, geez.
So there you go. That eliminated that right away. And then I put the tires up under it later, just in case. Yeah, they all burn up on the flames.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was my fault, but now I'm not too sure.
You were saying you think the trees or something, right?
I think it could have been that tree limb that
limb
hit the electric line.
Yeah.
And the electric line caused it, I think.
I could see that, yeah.
I think I have to kind of chit-chat with the electric company on Monday.
I'm thinking so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just happy you're safe and sound. I mean, it is a shame that you did lose your trailer and you did lose such an amazing, iconic, like what I was saying earlier, like one of the coolest, most amazing roadside attractions just ever. You built one of the coolest roadside attractions that has ever existed in the history of roadside attractions.
Thank you. Why don't you
we're doing
live long and
prosper. So I'm just happy you're safe and sound. I'm happy you're doing well. I'm happy your spirits are still pretty high.
Right. If you ever have any extra pillows, pillowcases, linen, that kind of stuff, you know.
I posted, it was the country, was it that there, the country store?
Country Kitchen.
Kathy's Country Kitchen, that's it. Yes, you can make donations to Kathy's Country Kitchen. I posted about that online, so yeah.
They got an account set up.
So is that what you need? Pillowcases?
Yeah.
Pillows, sheets?
Nobody thinks that what's inside the house trailer.
So basically just home goods, things you would need, everyday items.
Yeah. You could send the toilet paper too, okay?
Well, you always need that. So
I bought some today.
All right.
Saying, hey, I had 3 big old rolls in the house. Everything's gone.
Everything.
Even my little computers I had.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Lucky I had my phone.
I mean, you always. I think it's nowadays. If there's a fire, somehow everybody always makes it out with their phone. No matter what the occasion is, everybody somehow always has their phone still in hand. It's like the one thing you grab.
I'm on fire.
You might forget your keys, you might forget your wallet, but you always somehow grab your phone.
Yeah, and remember that day I said, 911. The UFO is on fire. Oh, we already got that call? Okay, thank you. I hung up. I thought maybe they thought it was a joke.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Yeah. But I think here in Bowman, people, when you say the UFO...
Oh, no. These people, some people don't even know where it is, even from Orangeburg.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You don't know where the UFO is? Oh, they find out now.
Everybody should know where the UFO is. So any plans maybe on rebuilding, you think, maybe? Or
let's keep that up in the air. But,
okay, so it's so maybe possibility.
Up in the sky.
Oh, well, all you got to build is a landing pad. If you build the landing pad, the UFO will come, right?
Not anymore, because they don't know where it is.
I mean...
Yeah, a landing pad.
Well, all right. Well, it was nice seeing you again. It's always a pleasure seeing you, and I'm happy you're safe and sound.
Well, glad. I'm glad you're having a great time.
Well, we'll continue to live long and prosper. All right. Well, thank you. All right. It's good seeing you.
Thank you.
Just walking through here, walking around here, I can't stop thinking about how, like, right here, I was climbing to the top, like 3 stories up in this giant UFO Welcome Center only a couple of months ago. And now, as you can see, it's all burned up. It's all just rubble right now. Remnants of everything is left. There's wire. There are pieces of wood, chunks of metal. This was just such an impressive structure. There was a fence, a big metal fence that went around the whole entire thing. That's one part of the fence that used to go around the whole entire property. You can see there's tires and stuff out here. It was such a cool, unique, interesting roadside attraction. It was just, it's hard to put into words how cool this was. I've been to many different roadside attractions and they're all really cool, but every now and then there's that one that just resonates with you and speaks to you, and just there's just something about it that's just so unique and interesting. And this one here was so unique and so interesting. And even though it was leaning a little bit and a little precarious to climb to the very top, I knew I had to do it, and I'm so happy. And that's why I always tell you guys, if you have the opportunity to do something, don't say, I'll do it later, I'll put it off, I'll get to it at some other time. Do it now. Do it while you can. There are so many things. I mean, I've been doing these videos for about 2 years now, the retro rest stop videos for about 2 years now. And just in those 2 years alone, there has been so many things that have closed down permanently. There have been things that are now marked no trespassing. There's a bunch of places I drive past that I filmed that now have big fences around it saying like no trespassing because they're going to tear it down or they're going to rebuild it or something's going to happen. You can't even go to those places anymore. Or different roadside attractions that unfortunately, due to the fact that they just don't have visitors coming out and whatnot as much anymore, they've shut down permanently. And then you have things like this, the UFO Welcome Center, a giant UFO 3 stories up that you could climb all the way to the top of that sadly burnt down. You just never know. So if you have the opportunity to visit something like this, do it. This is a memory that I will never forget, climbing to the top of the UFO Welcome Center. I'm so happy I documented it. So happy I filmed a video on it. You guys can check that out. You guys can see me climbing all the way to the very top of the UFO Welcome Center. It is a memory that will always be with me. It was one of the coolest things I ever had the privilege of doing. So as you can see, unfortunately, Jody did lose his trailer in the fire as well. So the bedroom was what, right here? Where the sheets and stuff are? That was your bedroom? It's crazy to think that you were just sleeping there, or well, not sleep, watching TV there, while this whole thing was just going up in flames. You said you looked out the window and just saw the whole thing in flames? That's
red stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was firing.
Wow. Look at it now. You can see his bed spring right there. That is a shame. Again, I'm so happy you're safe. That's like when I heard about this, the first thing I thought was, oh, how's Jody doing? Is he okay? I'm happy. I was happy when I read online that you were safe and sound.
Well, thank you very
but
much.
Yeah.
And I'll catch you on the airways.
definitely will.
I'll catch you going to Mars.
Oh, definitely. When we head to Mars, you'll be. I'll make sure I get a seat right next to you.
No.
No?
You're gonna be on the first flight. I'm on the second.
So
I want to make sure the ship takes off.
I'll be the guinea pig.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You know what? That's fine. As long as you come afterwards and you're there to hang out with me and talk about aliens with, I'll do that. Everything out here is just completely destroyed. The old computers and old frames of stuff. There's an old table here. And you got the whole entire trailer that's now just collapsed in on itself from the fire. There's still that smell of, it's like that campfire smell, that charred smell of everything. You can see how like the whole trailer, just like not part of the trailer, not some of the trailer, the whole entire thing went up, which kind of makes sense. I mean, this thing it's all made of like wood and scrap metal and whatnot, but it was mostly just a big, gigantic wooden structure. So I'm sure as soon as that went up, all the embers just went straight over here and probably really easily caught the old trailer on fire. There's the like little stairway up to it. You can see the cables here. So again, the storms over the years had made the structure tilt to the side a little bit. So these cables were holding it up and straightening it up. Jody was trying to upright the structure a little bit. You can see they're all just completely ruined now. Used to be a sign right here that would say welcome. You'd walk right in and right up to the top of the UFO, the structure. You can hear the sirens in the background. Crazy. So again, this block right here, this was also helping to hold up the structure. Like I said, again, it was leaning very, very, very precariously to one side, and it was kind of sketchy to climb in its last X amount of years. But it did have these big blocks of concrete with the wire around them holding the structure up. Still, you can see I don't know what this is, the radar or whatever this is here is still here. This survived the fire. This here's a relic. This is a collector's piece. Somebody out there, if you're into roadside attractions and roadside history. I don't know, maybe Jody would sell you this. You could put this on your front lawn or something and have a piece of the UFO Welcome Center, maybe. I'm kind of at a loss for, I mean, I know I've been talking this whole time, but I'm still kind of at a loss for words because it's just, again, it is sad. I was hoping maybe to get out here again and revisit this. I thought, okay, you know, maybe this trip, maybe like in July when I go back up to Pennsylvania and come back down, I was thinking, I got to stop by here and I got to see how the structure's doing, if it's still okay to climb. I would climb it again. But unfortunately, that won't ever happen again now. Unless it does get rebuilt, which, as Jody was saying, is up in the air. Possibility. So you can see there's actually people stopping by to see the UFO. They actually did not know the UFO had burnt down just a couple of days ago. They were apparently on their way from Florida to basically the opposite direction of me. They're heading up from Florida to New York and New Jersey, and they were saying that they Googled things to see off of 95, and this came up, and they stopped out here to see the UFO. But unfortunately, this is what they saw. You can hear them. They're saying they're so disappointed. It is a shame. This was one of the coolest things to see off of 95. There's a lot of cool things to see off 95. A lot of cool roadside attractions, a lot of oddities, a lot of bizarre stuff. But I mean, from all the things I've seen off of 95, this kind of takes the cake. This was by far one of the coolest things. And it's a shame that people, I mean, they still want to come out here. They still want to see this. They still want to experience the amazingness that was this giant UFO that was built by one man that you could climb all the way to the top of. And sadly now, they're not going to be able to do that. But they are out here talking about the UFO. Jody's telling them some stories about the UFO and what went into building it and the stories and whatnot. Definitely a shame. I know I keep saying that, but if you're into weird roadside attractions like I am, if you've been to this roadside attraction, then I'm sure you feel the same hurt that I feel. But I can't even imagine what Jody's thinking right now. I mean, not only did he lose his amazing roadside attraction that he built by himself, but he lost his house as well. Like I said, I'm happy he's safe. And I'm sure you know, all things considered, he's very happy that he was able to get out of his house and he was safe and sound, and the fire did not get to the trailer. Because I mean, had the fire gotten to the trailer before he had been notified, I don't want to think about what could have happened. But I'm sure he's very happy that he's safe and sound. But at the same time, okay, you're safe and sound, you're happy, but now you got to deal with the fact that you lost your house and you lost your amazing roadside attraction that you put so much time and effort into. And he was still continuing. He was telling me that he was still putting time and effort into this, even though it was leading to one side. He was, you know, he wanted to move it. He wanted to fix it. He wanted to get it back upright. He was putting more effort into it. He said he was fixing the ladders and all that stuff. So even to this day, he was still putting his time and effort into this. He was still continuing to work on this roadside attraction. He wasn't just like, oh, okay, I built it and now I'm just gonna let it kind of like deteriorate and whatever happens. No, 30 years later, he was still putting his time into this, and now it's gone. So like I said, I would not want to be in his shoes. I can only imagine, again, what's going through his head right now, what he's thinking. But he seems to be in pretty good spirits, which is good. I read in the newspaper article that he was saying that they asked him, you know, did they know how it started? And he joked and said, oh, I don't know, maybe another UFO came by and caught it on fire. So, you know, again, it's sad. Lost everything, but still in good spirits. Just in the last like 15 minutes alone, we've had at least like 10 more people stop by or drive by to wish Jody like best wishes and say that they were sorry for his loss and to say hello. And again, other people who were coming out this way literally just to visit the attraction, not knowing that it had burned down, unfortunately. So this was a really popular attraction. I came in December. It was pretty chilly out. I don't think it was South Carolina. It was actually pretty nice, I think, when I came, but it was a gloomy kind of gray day. Not a lot of people out here, but you can see on like nice, beautiful spring, summer days, this place was pretty popular. A lot of people were coming out here to see the UFO Welcome Center, and people are still coming out here to see the UFO Welcome Center, not realizing that it has unfortunately burnt down. And then the locals who do know about this, they're stopping by to say hello and to wish the best for Jody. Pretty crazy. But all right, Jody's about to head out. I'm gonna head out too. I have to get back down to Florida, but I wanted to stop out here. I wanted to see what remains, let you guys know about this tragedy, this disaster. I'm gonna call it that. I'm gonna call it a tragedy. I'm gonna call it a disaster because in my opinion, that's what this is. Because it was so cool. And it's just sad for something this amazing and something this cool and something that I remember when I was here, I did not want to leave. I was traveling down to Florida and I had a time schedule. I had to get down there, but I kind of didn't care. I was like, I don't want to leave. I probably spent a good like 2 hours just going up and down the UFO and taking photos and talking to Jody and just exploring and seeing everything there was to see with this UFO and admiring the craftsmanship and the artistry that went into building something like this. I couldn't tear myself away. I did not want to leave the UFO. It was drawing me in. It had me in its tractor beam. I wanted to just stay here. In fact, had it not been a gloomy, kind of rainy, cold day, maybe I would have taken his offer to get the sleeping bag out of Annabelle and have slept up top. I don't know. Maybe I would have done that. But all right, guys, just wanted to come out here, show you guys the aftermath, unfortunately, of the fire. Let you guys know that the UFO Welcome Center here in Bowman, South Carolina is no more. I am walking amongst the rubble and what is left, or should I even say what's left? What kind of sort of remains of the UFO Welcome Center. The bathtub here from Jody's house and the rubble that once was an amazing, like 3-story, was it 3-story? Was it 4-story? It was really tall. It was a very, it was like 3 or 4 stories tall. It was a huge, very tall structure. Again, all DIY, all handmade. A UFO landing pad that you would climb your way through. And then on top was a big UFO that you climb up into and you could walk around in. It was awesome. And I'm so happy I had the honor and the privilege of getting to climb the UFO Welcome Center and getting to go up inside the UFO. If you've ever been inside the UFO, leave your comments down below. I want to hear your stories about you coming out here, you climbing up into the UFO. Did you get to see this when it was still here? Did you actually climb to the top of it? If you did, leave those comments down below. But all right, guys, it's depressing, but okay. Again, I just wanted to document this, show this to you guys, let you know about this, because a lot of you guys had left me comments telling me about this. I got a lot of comments, a lot of messages saying, hey, did you know the UFO Welcome Center burnt down? So I wanted to show this to you guys, let you guys know that unfortunately, like I said, the UFO Welcome Center is sadly no more. Actually, before I do hit the road, something I've never done is walked around the back of the UFO Welcome Center, around the back of Jody's, what once was his trailer. And you can see, this is something I did not know existed. He's got this like missile back here. I had no idea this was back here. I've never seen this. It was hidden behind his trailer. Jody has a missile. Who knew? That is cool. You can see even his tractor says UFO on it. That is pretty awesome. He's got other vehicles out here. He's got another car that says UFO on it. I did not know all this was back here. I just happened to be walking away, taking some photos, and I noticed the missile sticking up from behind the trees. And that is pretty awesome. Like I said, I had no idea there was a missile. I had no idea Jody had a missile back here. I guess in case the the visitors to the Welcome Center maybe got a little hostile, they could be taken care of. All right, guys, so like Jody and his really cool little UFO mobile, I'm heading out of here as well. But again, like I said, wanted to document this, wanted to show this to you guys. So wanted to show this to you guys, wanted to document this. So if you guys do want to send donations, or you want to maybe order something, like he was saying, he needs home supplies. So things like toiletries, and he was saying bedding and pillowcases. Basically, think of what you need around your house. Jody's in need of that because he lost all of it. This was his house right here. He slept right next to the UFO Welcome Center in his trailer. So he has lost his home. So if you want to send him some donations, like some money, or you want to send him, again, some toiletries or some bedding or any home supplies like that, you can send them to Kathy's Country Cooking. That was the name of it. We looked it up. Kathy's Country Cooking. They're the ones who are taking the donations. But all right, guys, with that, I'm sadly leaving, heading back down to Florida. But I had to see this. I had to just, oh, there he is again. I had to just stop out here one last time, see what little remains of what once was one of the most amazing roadside, DIY roadside attractions that there ever has been, or for that matter, in my opinion, ever will be. I don't know what's gonna live up to this. I've been to many roadside attractions. I'm sure I'll be to many more that'll be pretty amazing, but this one's always gonna stay in my head. The time I climbed to the top of a UFO, the time I climbed to the top of the UFO Welcome Center. All right, guys, that is gonna do it. I gotta get down to Florida. So, like I said, if you guys have memories of the UFO Welcome Center, if you've ever been out here, if you've climbed to the top, if you've met Jody, if you've ever had just an amazing experience here at the UFO Welcome Center, leave your comments down below. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your stories. But all right, so again, Kathy's Country Cooking. If you guys want to make a donation to Jody and help him out, because like I said, he has lost everything except for the clothes on his back and his cell phone. So all right, guys, with that, as always, thank you so much for checking out this video. Be sure, I'm going to say hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, but don't worry about all the links. I usually tell you guys to check out, Patreon and Spreadshirt and become a member. Don't worry about that today. That's not important. Today, what's important is Jody and the fact that he's okay, but he does need your help. So instead of maybe clicking the Patreon, Spreadshirt, or membership button, instead of buying a t-shirt, send a little money to Kathy's Country Cooking here in, I don't know, Bowman, South Carolina. I don't think it's actually in Bowman, South Carolina, but it's by Bowman, South Carolina. It's in the area. Kathy's Country Cooking. Send a donation to there. Help out somebody who is just such an amazing man who built something so amazing and who does need your help now because, again, he lost everything. So send your donations to Jody. But again, that's going to do it. So like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you do have that subscribe button, or you are subscribed, then I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, also, of course, if you guys watch this video all the way until the very end, hashtag, I don't know what, hashtag goodbye UFO. Hashtag goodbye UFO. If you guys watch this video all the way to the very end. Also, Jody sent me a clip of the fire he had on his phone. So I'm going to put that at the very, very end of this video. So in like 2 seconds, you're going to see a clip of the actual fire, the UFO on fire. So again, guys, like I said, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. I will see you guys in the next video. All right, have a good one, guys. Just heartbreaking. All right, bye. Hold on, guys. Before I show you the video of the fire that Jody texted me, I have to show you something else because as I was leaving, Jody said, if you drive about a mile down the road, you can see something pretty awesome. So I had to drive down here to see this part of the fence that once used to surround the UFO Welcome Center. The mural survives. Look at that, with the astronaut, spaceman, alien, welcome in peace. With the flowers, that is so cool. The rest of the aluminum fence with the spray paint that used to be all over the fence, that is cool. And this is Jody's other, I believe he called it a rocket, not a missile, a rocket. It says, "To UFO man, Merry Christmas." Look at that. How cool is that? Jody's second rocket. How many people do you know that not only built themselves a UFO Welcome Center, built themselves a UFO, but also owns two rockets? That is so cool. So again, Jody sent me down here to see this, wanted to also show this to you guys. But again, he did also send me video of the fire, so I will show that to you guys now.